there, I'm Angela, and this is part 3 of my Perfect Cargo Pants series. If that sounds interesting, stay tuned. Hey y'all, thanks so much for tuning in. If you are here because you're interested in following along with this Perfect Cargo Pants series, welcome aboard. If you're a regular viewer, I'm so glad that you're enjoying this little side segment that I've got going on. So today is part 3, and I do have a sketch to share with you guys. And if you missed the last 2 videos, parts 1 and 2, I'll link those below, so please feel free to check those out. In the last video, I showed you some pairs of pants that I had, talked about the features that I liked and didn't like. And by the way, I'll show more of this here in just a moment, close up with all the features, but just wanted to show you real quick what I've designed. And we'll get more into that, like I mentioned here in a moment. So what I have done is to take all the features that I love and add them to my sketch here. And I haven't yet drafted any pattern pieces. That'll be next week's video. So for this week, what I'm sharing is details about the sketch, and also reach across and grab some fabric samples. So let's dive in. So for the waistline, I went ahead and decided to do a drawstring, and I'm also adding belt loops, which may seem kind of like a duplication, or why do I need both? So I did actually recently have a drawstring break on a pair of pants that I was wearing while I was away. I was luckily able to just tie the drawstring in a knot where it had broken and keep using the drawstring. But I thought, wouldn't it be great just to have belt loops just in case I ever wanted to add a belt? Plus, I've never sewn belt loops on a pair of pants, and I want to have that experience. Next, I am doing 2 front pockets. That's pretty simple and straightforward, nothing crazy there. And the next thing is kind of might be the trickiest thing about these pants. I'm going to do 2 zippered pockets, one on the left leg and one on the right leg in the front there. And this will be, like I mentioned, probably the trickiest part to get it right and to make all the pieces fit. I'll figure it out, but for now, that's kind of what I have in mind. The next thing is on the right front leg, I'm going to do an open pocket that's very deep. And on the left leg, I am going to do your traditional cargo pocket with a flap that buttons closed. The next feature that I am doing is a cuff at the bottom of the leg with a button, but I'm going to go ahead and stitch the cuff down so that it stays put and it doesn't get bunched and wrinkled up like I'm experiencing now with one of my pairs of pants. So the button will be pretty much just decorative. Flipping over to the back, I've got 2 just back patch pockets, one on each side. So I am adding on a feature that I didn't share with you guys last week when we looked at the 3 pairs of pants that I was pulling the features in from, and that's to add a D-ring to the pants. And that's because none of those 3 pairs I showed you have a D-ring, and it never crossed my mind to add one, except that last week when I was traveling with my dog, and I had some of his gear, some of my gear, and one of his things was a little collapsible water bowl that we have for him that has a carabiner on it. And I wanted to keep it handy and not carry a big bag with me when we went to the dog park. And it occurred to me that the pants I was wearing, which were one of my favorite cargo pants, did not have belt loops. They didn't have a D-ring, nothing to clip that little water bowl to. So I thought, this is perfect timing, and I'm glad that this situation happened because it kind of illustrated another feature that would be very helpful on these perfect cargo pants. So I am adding a D-ring onto my perfect pair, and I'll put the picture back up on the screen to show you where that's going to go. It's just going to be stitched into the side seam. So that's my plan and my sketch, and the next step is to go ahead and start drafting a pattern and thinking about the construction, especially with the complicated front legs there. That's going to take some thinking, I think, and probably at least one mock-up, at least not the full pants maybe, but just the front legs there. So before we sign off for today, I did want to share with you some fabric samples that I ordered. I'm trying to match the fabric in my very favorite pair, and all it says on the label is that it's cotton spandex, and I'm thinking that it's some sort of a lightweight twill. So I went on StyleMaker Fabrics website because I know that you can order samples from them, and I went ahead and ordered 5 samples, and I'll share these with you guys just really quickly. I will get more into fabric choices in a later episode, but just for now to kind of see what I'm looking at. And just a little spoiler, none of these 5 samples really match the fabric that I love. So I might actually have to go into like our only like local fabric store here is Joann's. I might go in just to and take those pants with me just to kind of see if they have any close matches. And if I can't get it matched perfectly, it's not like a huge deal. I'll just choose the best that I can find. So the first one is a cotton twill bottom weight in navy. It's 44 inches cotton, and it does not really have any stretch to it. And I'm thinking that this might be the closest that I get to my fabric that I love. The next one is called Ultra Fine Stretch Cotton Twill in navy, 54 inches cotton and spandex. It has, I don't feel like it has a lot of stretch to it, maybe a little. I mean, it seems like it's about similar to this other one. I think that maybe there might be a price difference, of course, but it's pretty decent. This could be a possibility. The next one is a soft washed linen twill bottom weight in olive linen, 57 inches. I love this fabric and I could see making a pair of pants, but it probably will not be these cargo pants. It's pretty, it's linen, so it's gonna, stretch and kind of bag out over the day as you wear it, which I don't think is necessarily good for cargo pants, especially if you're loading up the pockets like I tend to do. Also, it's a little bit not see-through, but a little bit opaque. Again, beautiful fabric, but just not probably right for these pants. The next one is a lyocell twill bottom weight in the color Forest, 56 inches, lyocell rayon. This one is very lightweight, and I don't feel like it's as sturdy as I need these pants to be. And then the last one is Tencel Twill. It's a solid bottom weight in taupe, 58 inches. This is very similar to this one I just showed you. It's pretty lightweight. It's very fine. It's almost got a silky feel to it. Not going to be ideal for these cargo pants. So out of those 5, I have 2 possibilities. Those first 2, the navy ones. And I'm not just going to say it's going to be one of those because I'm still going to look around a little bit. And I do have like quite a little bit of time before I get to that point. I feel like just designing this pattern and getting it right is going to be the heavyweight part of this project. So that's all I have for you today. I missed you guys last weekend. If you're a regular viewer of the channel, I mentioned that I was traveling with my dog and my husband, so I was gone all last week and weekend, so I did not get to film a video. Missed you guys, but I will be back this weekend, either for Friday sews or just for some other type of little catch up. I do have some things to share with you guys, and I hope to see you then. If not then, I'll be back next week with part 4 of the cargo pants series. Thanks so much for watching. I appreciate it, and I will talk to you soon.